What's going on, everybody? I need you guys to go check out my channel and subscribe if you're new. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that button, and hit that notification bell while you're at it, ladies and gentlemen. EGTV, you already know. And if you're on your phone, it's even easier. Press that like button for me. And you know what? Subscribe while you're still here. And big up to everybody watching. Check out most of my content. I'll be throwing out more content every single day. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're back again with another video. Yes, and I'm back, the kid EG. You already know EGTV, the guy himself, Miguel. I'm here. And you know what? Today we're going to be talking about a juicy topic. We're going to be talking about something a little bit different. We're not going to be talking about a match. We're not going to be talking about the tactics specifically. We're going to be talking about a single individual player. We're going to be talking about Nicolas Pepe. And you know what? The 72 million record signing for Arsenal has had a tough time at the Emirates. He's not been getting a lot of game time. And today, what he's done is very different. I haven't seen this from him. And you know what? This is the Arsenal Inside Out podcast, guys. Check it out. Big up to everybody on Arsenal Inside Out group. Big up to everybody on Gunner Social. Big up everybody on watching on EGTV. Comment down below what you guys think about this video. And if you haven't already, smash that like button. But yeah, so we're going to be talking about Nicolas Pepe, the Arsenal winger. Today has taken a swipe at Mikel Arteta and over his lack of minutes at the Emirates. And he's been complaining, saying that he's not happy, that he's not getting the minutes that he thinks he deserves. He's been quite upset about that whole situation with his game time minutes. And you know what? I don't blame the man. When you come to a team and you're the record signing, paying 72 million to sign you, and you don't really have much competition on that right wing, when they go out and they buy a Willian, you don't expect to be benched for a Willian, right? On top of that, Pepe has had an indifferent time at the Gunners since he's joined from Lille a year ago. He's been in and out of the team. He's been dropped on many occasions. He'll perform well, get dropped. He'll perform well, get dropped. And you know what? It's very tough as a player to hit the ground running when you have this situation where you're constantly getting dropped, constantly having to fight for your place, constantly having to fight. And it's like, what does he have to do? Like, Mikel Arteta has struggled for regular game time in the Premier League under Mikel Arteta this season. He has not played a lot of games. He's not started a lot of games. Altogether, what has he had? He scored one goal, right? And it just hasn't been good for Nicolas Pepe. And Mikel Arteta has to figure out a way to get the best out of all the players. I understand that, and he understands that. And you know what? This is one of those things that Pepe was saying. Pepe was saying, the Ivorian international was talking about how the one game he started against Man City, he felt like he performed well. He thought he was doing well in that game. And you know what? It's up to you guys what you guys thought about his performance against Man City. But he's saying he felt like he performed well enough not to get dropped. He felt like he deserves his spot. And you know what? He has to fight for his spot. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing free at Arsenal. He's played 7 out of the 8 games. And you know what? Majority of those games, he's been a bit part player. He hasn't really started majority of those games. He's only started this one game against Manchester City, right? But in the cup competitions, it's a completely different story. He's impressed in the cup competitions, netting a goal against Dundalk, against Molde in the Europa League, performing well against the likes of Leicester in the Carabao Cup. You know what? He has been okay when it comes to those kind of other games. And the problem is he's not getting the game time that he thought he would be getting at Arsenal. And you know what? This year, game time has been very, very, very limited for him. And I don't blame Mikel Arteta for trying to get the best out of the player, but he has to find a way to integrate him back into the team, right? But now, when he says he wants to be playing with a smile on his face again, but starting more games, that's what he wants. He just wants to be playing with a smile on his face, ready to go, running down the wing, attacking players, going down and doing his job. You know what I mean? That's what he wants to do. Like the one game he played and he scored in the Premier League was a victory against Sheffield United, where he picked up that ball from Bellerin, he drove and he took that shot. It was a weak goal. Aaron Ramsdale should have done better, but you know what? Nicolas Pepe deserves some more respect. He does not he does not get treated the same way as other players do. Certain players in the Arsenal team, such as Bellerin, so they get away with having weak performances, bad performances, getting pushed off the ball, and you know what? They don't get treated the same way as a Nicolas Pepe. Nicolas Pepe is getting treated like he's a bit part player, like he's not a £72 million signing, like he's not a player we signed and we expected high things from. And you know what? At times he is isolated. When you look at the side of the pitch where he plays on, he's isolated on that right-hand side. Not a lot of people help him out on that right-hand side. A lot of our attacks come from the left. And when he's playing so isolated, you can't really get the best out of him. And I don't really blame him for having a go at Mikel Arteta. I don't really blame him for having a go at the formation, at the attack, at the situation that's going on right now. He just feels like he needs to be playing more. And you know what? I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section right now. If you haven't already heard, this is what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Nicolas Pepe has taken a swipe at Mikel Arteta over his lack of minutes. And you know what? Rightly so, because we're not getting enough from Willian now. Willian came in, and Willian when he first signed, his first game against Fulham merited for him to be starting more games. But right now, not doing it for me. He's not doing it for me. I personally would go with a front three of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, right? Saka on the left and Pepe on the right. That is what I would go with for my front three. And you know what? Nicolas Pepe, Mikel Arteta has to figure out a way to get him in games, because he's absolutely struggled under Mikel Arteta to get game time. He performed well in the League Cup game, in the FA Cup game against Man City. He performed well against Sheffield United. He performed well in the Europa League games, you know what I mean, bagging some goals against Molde and Dundalk. But what does he have to do to get regular minutes in the Premier League? After he scored against Sheffield United, we thought he was going to play more games. He just does not get game time. And today, there's been a lot of reports, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't already seen it, there's been a lot of reports about what's been going on with Nicolas Pepe, this, that. And just let me show you guys some of these reports. Let me show you some of these reports right here. If you guys can see, it's, for example, the Mail is saying frustrated Nicolas Pepe hits out at Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta for the lack of playing time that he has. The Mirror says Nicolas Pepe is not happy at Arsenal after Mesut Ozil warning. What? Arsenal fans react to Nicolas Pepe admitting he's frustrated under Mikel Arteta, right? Pepe bench duty is frustrating him. Obviously, his bench duty is going to be frustrating him. Arsenal Evening highlights Pepe is airing Mikel Arteta's frustration, and Southgate offers Saka more game time. Do you guys know how hard it is to be a professional footballer and constantly being berated with insults, being berated with criticism? And you know what? I feel for Pepe, because there has been times where he's performed, and immediately after the Sheffield United game, we were calling for him to start again. What does Arteta do? He benches him. After the Europa League performances, we expected him to start again. Immediately after, he benches him. The one time he does start him in a front three, he starts him with Willian as the false nine. Like, play Aubameyang up top. Play Aubameyang up top. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has to play up top, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what you guys think. Tell me what you guys think. I don't really think that this man should be playing as a winger anymore. He played over 200 plus games for Dortmund, and in those 200 plus games, he played over 175 of those games as an out and out striker, as a number 9. And you know what? With those wingers that he had at Dortmund, it made a lot of sense for him to play as a number 9. And on top of everything else, when he played at Dortmund, majority of his goals came from that number 9 position when he was playing as a striker. He only played 10 games on the left-hand side. Why is Mikel Arteta playing him as a striker? Why isn't he playing him as a striker? I have no idea. In my opinion, Mikel Arteta, you're getting blood on your hands from the fans. They're going to start questioning you. And you know what? I'm backing Arteta till the cows come home. I'm backing him. But you know what, Arteta, we have to start questioning some of his decisions. I completely agree. We do have to question his decisions, but at the same time, have some respect for the man. He is not somebody who has come in here and had a shit show performance from day in, day out. He came in, his own words, he wanted to play attacking, progressive football. When he first signed, he said, I want to play attacking, progressive football. I want to have I want to have the teams understand and respect us for the first 20 minutes, and then have the majority of the possession, have attacking football. And you know what? He wants to be able to gain the respect of his opponents by beating them. And you know what? We did have some performances against Norwich, against Newcastle, even against West Ham, where we played very well in those games. West Ham away, if you guys remember, we scored. We were down. I think we conceded the first goal. Akbana, I think, scored, and then Pepe scored. Martinelli scored. Aubameyang scored. Ended the game 3-1. What a night that was. But you know what? We haven't had a lot of goals recently. Since the opening night, we haven't scored too many goals. We haven't scored it since. Wow, we haven't scored in 3 games. Think about it. We didn't score against Leicester. We didn't score. We didn't score last game. Unless it was a penalty. That was a penalty against Manchester United. In open play, we haven't scored in 3 games. That is embarrassing, ladies and gentlemen. That is very bad. And you know what? One of the solutions might be playing Nicolas Pepe. Nicolas Pepe offers us a lot. As much as people want to criticize him, as much as you want to criticize Nicolas Pepe, what he does offer you is something, someone of a natural right winger that can play and cut in on his left foot, and he has a wonderful left foot. Let's be honest, he has a wonderful left foot. He's shown in the Europa League the other night that he can score on his right foot, and he can switch positions with the left flank when need be. And you know what? Why not play Saka, Aubameyang, and Pepe up top as a front 3? That is what I want to see moving forward. That is what I think is a good idea, and that's what I think Mikel Arteta should do. He should definitely change it up. Try it, because you know what? When it works, it works. We've seen it against Sheffield United. We went with Aubameyang up top, and it changed the whole formation, and it worked for the last 30 to 25 minutes of the game. It worked, and I was proud of the performance that game. We have not been proud of the Leicester performance. The Manchester United performance we were proud of because we won, but let's be honest, we could have drawn that game any other day. Against Man City, we could have drawn that game also if we were just a little bit more clinical. But you know what? The game against Aston Villa, there is absolutely no excuses. That was an utter shambolic performance. And you know what? I just can't say nothing about that performance ever again. I'm just trying to move past that. But yeah, let's get into some of the comments. Big up to everybody in the comment section. First, I got my guy. Wait, what are you saying, bro? He's saying big up, Egal. Hit that like button, people. Big up to you. We got Steven in the house. He's saying, come on, cheers, Egal. Fan base boy. What do you call it? I felt so bad after that last game. I completely understand. I felt so bad too. But you know what? We have to move on. We have to get our stuff together. We have to get our bootstraps ready to go for the next game. You know what I mean? That might be my Canadian in me. You guys might not have heard that before. Yes, Egal, back again. Yes, sir. Big shout out to troops in America. Back again. You already know. Saliba. Whoo, let's talk about Saliba. Did you guys see what Saliba did? My guy Saliba against Gillingham, he put up a performance and a half. He did quite decent against Saliba did do quite well against Gillingham. But what we have to understand is this is not Premier League. This is not the Premier League. Saliba should be doing that against these teams in those competitions. It is a youth competition anyways, and he's not a youth level player. He's a first team player. Now let me tell you guys what I have for Saliba here. So Saliba performed today, and he had 4 clearances. Oh man, this guy was a man amongst boys today, Saliba. He was doing stuff. He actually got the pre-assist to the goal that was scored today. He was on job. Saliba was on job today. Saliba was on job. I just want to show you guys what Saliba did, right? So I'm gonna share my screen. Saliba, I don't know why Mikel Arteta did not put Saliba in the Europa League team at least. Give him a chance. Give the kid a chance. So William Saliba today in the game against Gillingham, he had 4 clearances, 2 blocks, 1 interception, had 3 ground duels, 1 aerial duel, 91 passing percentage, 10 accurate long balls. And you know what? This man was a man amongst boys today. He performed very, very well, and I was proud of his performance. I thought he performed really well. And big up to you guys talking about Saliba in the comment section, because you guys noticed what he did today, right? Smash that like button, people. Yes, sir. Smash that like button. Big up to my guy, Samuel, in the comment section. Yo, tell me about it. I'm sick of these dog shit performances. Lost to Villa. You know what, man? Let's just put the Villa game behind us. Let's look forward. I understand there's issues, and I understand that there's things that we need to do, but continuously talking about our faults is not going to get us to win the next game. It might get us to improve on our faults. I understand I understand respective criticism, but when people start saying like Arteta out, this, that is ridiculous to me. I feel like you have to respect what the man has done since he's been in the job. Since he's been in the job, he has done some decent job. He has done a decent job. He's come in here and he has earned the respect of a lot of other managers in the Premier League. He's gone away to a lot of these teams and he's beaten them. He show him some respect, because I feel like a lot of people are not showing him the respect that he deserves. Mikel Arteta has done some things that people need to respect. And let me just show you guys what I mean when I say respect Mikel Arteta. Look at what some of the stuff that he's done, right? Since he's been here, right? He's inherited one of the worst Arsenal teams in 30 years. And you know what? And hasn't won the league. Arsenal hasn't won the league in a long time, obviously, right? And has struggled for relevance. He's come in, he's won the FA Cup, he's beaten United twice, he's beaten Liverpool 3 times, he's beaten Chelsea, he's beaten City, ended up fifth since he's come in, right? Out of on the league table, right? He's beaten that whole away from home top 6 thing that we've had, and in 11 months, I understand the criticism, but put some respect on the man's name. Don't be out here turning on him so quickly. Understand, this is not going to change in a matter of minutes. And you know what? If we did get rid of him, what would be the replacement? Like, I keep hearing about people saying, get rid of the manager, get rid of the manager. I feel like he has enough respect in the bank to push us forward. If at least give him another window. Some of the fans that are turning him already, I don't get it. At least give him until the January window to show something. Maybe even, I personally, I would say, if we're in the same position as this right now next year, then we can be like, yo, Arteta's got a problem. But if we're not in the same position next year and things dramatically improve, I want an apology from some of you people, big time, right? Pepes influenced the game more than Willian. Facts. I agree. Arsenal is trash. Stop this. Come on, you Gunners. Facts. After the international break, if Mikel Arteta doesn't change the formation and put Aubameyang as a striker and change from a back to a back 4, I'm sorry, but he is definitely out of his depth. I don't agree with that, mate. The thing I would say is, don't forget, Mikel Arteta, when he first came, he was playing a 4-2-3-1. He originally came and he showed us what he was about. But right now, I feel like he has been sticking with what has been working, what has worked against City, what has worked against Liverpool in the past. And I feel like that's what he's going with. I don't think this is him as a defensive manager. I don't think this is his personality as a manager. Because don't forget, when he came as Arsenal manager, he sat down in that first interview, and laid out his whole thesis for us. He told us what he thought. And you know what? I believe the man when he came in, the man we're seeing right now, think something went left. But I don't think this is the man that this is the way he wants to play. I don't think this is exactly how he wants to play. I think he wants to play more progressive football, and we don't have the players for it right now. Don't forget, he did not want Willian. He wanted Coutinho. The club gave him Willian. So once again, I don't want to sound like I'm giving excuses. At the end of the day, I feel like Mikel Arteta has enough respect in the bank for us not to be on his back too much. Right? Pepe should be playing. There is no way he can do any worse than Willian. That is true. When a player, you can't be ruthless with Pepe and then not be ruthless with Willian. Be ruthless with everybody. Just show us your ruthlessness, because he was so ruthless with Martinelli. Martinelli wasn't getting game time until Aubameyang got the red card, right? Flop player. I still don't agree. Willian needs to be dropped. I completely agree with Willian needs to be dropped. Big up Indiana, my guy. Big up Indiana. I back Pepe because he deserves to start 100%. I think he does deserve to start. I agree. William should be dropped. Okay. High building would be the best. What do you call it? You got wait. How come every Arsenal fan knows our best 11, but Mikel Arteta still is playing the worst squad? Doesn't make any sense. You know what it is? Sometimes the managers see things that we don't see. And same thing about Saka. Every single manager picks Saka, and a lot of the fans would not have Saka in the team sheet, but clearly he offers something to the manager that these other players don't offer. And for example, Ainsley Maitland-Niles over Bellerin, I would pick Ainsley Maitland-Niles, but he keeps picking Bellerin. I have no idea, right? Willian is just the Brazilian Lingard. I don't think you can beat. You can bet on Pepe. He has to do some. He has to improve. I get it. He has to. What he has to do is improve. I get he has to improve. But Indiana, the problem that we have is the man will score against Molda. The man will score against Sheffield United and then get dropped for Willian, who's not performing. That is what the problem is. And on top of that, Indiana, you're a manager. You know what I'm talking about when I say a player is being isolated on the pitch. Our attacks come so much from the left-hand side that when Pepe has the ball on the right, he's taking up so much of that possession on the right that nobody's with him. Nobody's overloading those areas. Nobody's helping him in that area to overload and give him the time and the space to get on the ball as an inside forward, as he naturally wants to get in on the ball as an inside forward. And that is the problem. It's not necessarily the player himself. I have to look at Arteta sometimes and I have to say the tactics are not right. Same with Emery. I had to look at Emery and say the tactics were not right. To me, the best we ever got out of Willian, the best we ever got out of Pepe was when we had Pepe, Aubameyang, and Martinelli in the front three. That was dangerous. And you know what? That West Ham game, to this day, he still has Creswell on smoke, right? We're Arsenal. We should be scoring for fun. You know what, bro? I agree with you, but it's just the harsh reality. We're not scoring. We haven't scored much goals this season. Getting 2 goals in a game is tough for us this season, and that's just the harsh reality that we're facing. And I can't tell you anything more. It's just despicable at times that we can't string 2 passes together. We can't do anything, and then we have the performance that we have against Manchester United, and then the next day you see us perform against Aston Villa. It's just there's no consistency. And this is what it's gonna be until we gain some consistency in this team, in the squad, all around. This is what it's gonna be, and sadly, it's just deflating at times as a fan, man. Mine like Iga, yes sir. What do you call it? Pepe is influencing the game more than Willian. I agree. Pepe does influence the game more than Willian. But then you have the other side, people saying Pepe is called out the fraud. Nah, man, what he's called out is what he's asked for is he specifically said his specific words were he just took a swipe at him in the sense he wants to play more game time. He wants to play more game time. He wants to be playing with a smile on his face and starting. He felt like against Man City he didn't do anything wrong. He felt like he's been performing in the past couple of games. And you know what? He just feels like he's not being treated the same as other players. And that's all he's asking for. He's asking to be treated the same, right? You talk sense. Of course I talk sense. What do you call it? You clearly don't watch Arsenal, mate. You probably think Willian is more impactful than... What? I'm so confused. Oh, okay. If I think Willian is more impactful than... I don't think either of them have really set the Premier League on fire with Arsenal yet. I think all we're asking for is for Willian to get dropped and for Arteta to change it up. We need to change it up. You cannot consistently play the same way week in, week out and expect a different result. That's just insanity, right? Now, yes, yeah. Bro, sack Arteta while we can. Why? Why would you sack Arteta? First of all, why would you sack Arteta? The man has earned his respect. The man has earned his respect in the time that he's been here. In the short time that he's been here, he's earned his respect. He's shown us what he can do as a manager. He's shown that he offers us a lot more than just a man who plays defensive football. He's shown that we can score goals. We scored 8 goals in 2 games one time, and people just gloss over that. Reiss Nelson over Willian. Wow, I did not expect that. I did not expect that from you guys. Reiss Nelson over Willian. I don't think Reiss Nelson has shown enough to be to have the merit to play. I feel like on the football pitch you should perform, and football should be a meritocracy. You should deserve to play based on your performances. You shouldn't be playing just because you're a big name. And I agree with you there. If Reiss Nelson outperforms Willian, he should be outplaying him. But right now, Reiss Nelson has yet to show us anything. Fed up of the United Chelsea fans saying Willian has more impact at Arsenal than Pepe. Legit bagged 37 goals in 7 years. I did not know that. The man only scored 37 goals in 7 years. That is horrendous. Think about it this way. Pepe's best season, he scored 22 goals in Lille, right? If Pepe was half the player that you thought he would not be having signed Willian, we warned you. What? You were warned on both, but not Arteta's fault. I agree with you. I agree with you. Next few fixtures, probably losses. Let's not look at the fixtures right now, man. Let's not look at the fixtures. I rate Pepe for calling Arteta out. You know what? He does get respect for that. He does get respect for that because calling your manager out takes some cojones. And you know what? I guess he doesn't lack them. What do you call it? Tell Lee Gunner stop talking shit on his stream. You know what? Let him keep talking shit. I don't care. Free publicity. He keeps talking shit about me. I don't care. Can we email Arteta? You want to email Arteta? You're spot on, Egal. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Indiana, you realize since Pepe joined, he had scored more and contributed behind Aubameyang in the team and should at least be getting a chance. That is true. As much as we underestimate what he's done in this Arsenal team, he did contribute to, what was it, 17 or 18 goal involvements last season. That was one of our best players last season statistically, right? Mikel Arteta doesn't even know his best 11. Asking any of the Arsenal fans, they know their best 11. Doesn't know. Think we need a new manager. Wow. I don't agree with that, mate. I don't agree with that. The reason why I don't agree with that, I feel like if you bring in another manager and we're in the same position a year from now, are you going to say it was the manager's fault? Or are you going to say it's the players, the board? Because we still have some of these players who've let Arsene Wenger down in Granit Xhaka, Mustafi, Bellerin, and some of those guys might not be playing, but I feel like we can all probably pick our best Arsenal 11. You know what? I'll probably do that in a second. But what else we got? You know what? Forget that guy. Forget that guy, bro. Forget Lee Gunner, bro. Forget that guy. I agree. Us top lacking in the midfield. Can't go with the diamond. Probably the best formation for Pate as well. I don't know about that, man. Are you saying go with the diamond in the sense who are we gonna play in that top of the diamond? That's what I want to know, Indiana. Who would you play at the top of that diamond? Exactly. Emery was a better manager. Do you really think Emery was a better manager? I don't know, man. What you got to realize is Emery had less competition. Emery had a situation where all he had to do was get 3 points against either Brighton, Crystal Palace, and a couple other teams, and he couldn't even do that to get us top 4. Then we had a get out of jail free card in the Europa League final, which we bottled, and we lost 4-1. So it's just like, you know what? Let me tell you something about Emery. The day Emery lost me was after the Crystal Palace game. After that Crystal Palace game, I still backed him after the Aston Villa game where we won 3-2. But after the Crystal Palace game, I was done with him. We did not win under Emery for 2 months. For 2 months, we drew or lost a game. And guys are trying to tell me Emery was a better manager. Emery never beat a top 6 team. Emery never beat a top 6 team away from home. He might have beat a top 6 team at home, but he never beat them away from home. Emery doesn't have 3 wins against Liverpool, two wins against Manchester United. All these performances away from home. Emery never had games where we scored 8 goals in two games. Let's be honest. Let's keep it real. Keep the same energy, guys. Keep the same energy. Like I don't get it. I'm kind of confused, right? And then guys in the chat are going crazy. Let's talk about it. What do you guys really think is going to happen this season? Like, do you really think it's going to be this shit show this whole season? Because I can't see it being this bad all season. I really can't see it being this bad all season. It's going to turn around. There's ups and flows. Football, you have your moments. I agree with you, Skills. We should have signed Houssem Aouar, and I feel like if we would have sold Ainsley Maitland-Niles, it would have helped us get or Bellerin. It would have helped us get Aouar. But why is Ainsley Maitland-Niles not playing if you didn't sell him? You kept him specifically for a reason. Why would you keep a man that you did and then not play him? It makes no sense. Some of these things just baffle me. It makes no sense sometimes, bro. Absolutely makes no sense. The comments are coming in so quick, guys. Big up to you guys. I got some people on from Facebook. Big up to you. What do you call it? How you doing, Iga? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. TBG, what's good, bro? I'm doing good. What do you call it? How you saying Mikel Arteta is out ridiculous? He's lost more than Emery. Just because he won the FA Cup doesn't mean we should respect him. Emery had a worse team and making excuses for him. Okay, I'm not making. Okay, let's not make excuses then. Statistically, if you look at the performances, everything, I get it. You can say whatever you want. If you want to say we won more games under Emery, this is that, you can say that. But at the same time, we had more creativity in that team. You can say that was a worse team if you want, but that team had one thing. That team had Ozil. That team had Aaron Ramsey. That team had some creativity in the midfield. This team does not have any creativity in the midfield at all. Where are the goals coming from? That is our problem. We almost we subtracted our midfield players to get better defenders. And you know what? This is what we are now. This is a culture change of all culture changes if I've ever seen one, right? These comments are funny. This guy's, what else do we got? Matty Cash, man's going in on Matty Cash. I can see your beard. Yeah, I finally I grew the beard out a little bit today. What do you call it? Make a doctor's appointment first thing. What are they talking about? Big up to you, Samuel. Big up to you, LFC Sunny. Big up to Skills. Big up to Indiana. Big up to all the people in the chat. What I want to do now is I want to do a little bit of an experiment, guys. I want to do a little bit of an experiment. I want to see. Tell me how you guys would play the team. Because if we're going to be complaining about Mikel Arteta, I want to know what your team is. So I'm going to go with people in the comment section, obviously, what you guys think. What you guys think and what you guys think is the best team should be and what our team should look like next year. Or why did I say next year? I mean this year. What our team should look like this year, right? Because as long as we're going to be in and around the Europa League and we have the same team, our players are not going to change overnight. So first things first, what formation are we going to play? What formation are we going to play? Are we going to play 3-4-3? Are we going to play a 4-2-3-1? What are you guys saying? 4-2-3-1? What kind of formation are you guys playing? That's what I want to know. If you guys are the manager, what formation are we playing? So I don't see anybody talking about the formations yet. But when you guys get into formations, Lacazette should be dropped. 100%. I 100% agree with you. You know what? Mustafi, I agree with you. Mustafa Abdullahi, I agree with you. Lacazette should be dropped. This Lacazette Martial thing, you know what? Martial has his own issues. I'm not going to get into Martial. Leave Martial out of this. But if you guys were going to play this football for this team, what formation are you guys playing? Man said 7-2. Oh man, 4-2-3-1. Okay, 4-3-1. Okay. 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little experiment. Okay, so we already know Leno's gonna play. Leno's gonna play, right? We know Tierney's gonna be the left back. That picks itself, right? We already know Tierney's gonna be the left back. That's not even a question, right? Now, when we go first, let's go to right back situation. Who's gonna play? Who's gonna be the right back? Is the right back gonna be Hector Bellerin? Is the right back going to be Ainsley? Who are you picking? Ainsley Maitland-Niles at right back, or are you picking Bellerin at right back? Drop Bellerin, drop Willian, drop like a threat. That's what he's saying. So you're going Ainsley Maitland-Niles as right back. This is what I want to ask you guys. I want to know who is the right back for you guys. Who are you guys going with in the right back position? Because we need to start somewhere. So right back position. I'm going Ainsley. So first comment says Ainsley. Patrick. Skill says still Bellerin. Ori Mustafi says Ainsley. Mr. R says Bellerin. You know what? It's split. Some of you guys are still going Bellerin. So you know what? I'm going to put Bellerin in. So we're going to go Bellerin. But I generally think it's a coin toss at this point. We still got some guys saying Bellerin. So we're going to go. Okay, so we'll go Bellerin. right? We'll go with Bellerin in that right back position. But I generally think we should go Ainsley. Everyone's saying Bellerin, Ainsley. It's still a toss-up. So what is the final decision, guys? What's the final decision? Okay, so we're gonna go with Hector Bellerin. Really? Nah. Okay, so we'll go with Bellerin because a lot of you guys are saying Bellerin, right? Don't put Bellerin in. He's dog shit. Okay, I'll change him. Now center backs. We already know Gabriel's getting in. Who's getting in next to Gabriel? Is it going to be, if we're going to play a back four, are we going to, Saliba can't play until January. Callum Chambers just played his first game against Gillingham in the youth games. Mustafi's not getting nowhere near my starting 11. Rob Holding, after yesterday's dancing performance where he was going, nah, that's not happening. It's not happening. The man was hesitating. You know what they say, right? You hesitate. You know what? You go. But yeah, what do you call it? We're going to go David Luiz. Yeah, so we're going David Luiz. So we're going Gabriel and David Luiz next to each other. Gabriel and David Luiz. So David Luiz is going to be on the right, and you're going to have Gabriel next to him. Hopefully, the Brazilian duo can do well in the defense. Now, the midfield. We already know one man who's starting in the midfield if he's healthy. If he's healthy, we're going with Pate, of course, right? So Pate does no question, not even a debate. Thomas Pate's first name on the team sheet when it comes to the midfield. But who's going to play next to him? If we're going to play a double pivot with a 3-man midfield or even a 4-2-3, how are you going to do it? Pate after Pate, Pate and Danny Ceballos, Xhaka. What else do we got? We got some of you guys. Okay, so Xhaka, in or out? Thumbs up for in, thumbs down for out. In or out? Xhaka. Tell me what you guys think. Up or down? I want to know, because if you guys are saying we're keeping Granit Xhaka in the team, I want to know. Keep the same energy. A lot of you guys were saying Granit Xhaka out a couple weeks ago. Majority of you guys have said Danny Ceballos. A lot of comments are coming in for Danny Ceballos. So you know what? Xhaka, get in the bin. We got Danny Ceballos. Danny Ceballos next to him in a double pivot, or are we going El Neni? I got another question for you. Is El Neni in the big games away from home? I feel like El Neni has to play. I think against the smaller teams, you got to go with Danny Ceballos. So we're going to go with Danny Ceballos next to Thomas Partey in the double pivot. So Danny Ceballos, where is he at? Danny Ceballos getting in, right? So Danny Ceballos gets in. So far we got Partey, Danny Ceballos, the back four of Tierney, Gabriel, David Luiz, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Leno as keeper. So what are we going to do for the front? Aubameyang gets up top, right? Aubameyang striker. Pretty simple, ladies and gentlemen. There is no debate. Aubameyang is getting in a striker. We've been asking for this all season. Mikel Arteta, play him as a striker. None of this Thierry Henry playing from the left type thing. We try to compare him to Henry. The man only played 10 games as striker at Dortmund. He did not play as a striker week in, week out at Dortmund. Where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? Nah, mate. It's not happening. It's not happening. No friggin' double pivot, says KJ. You know what, KJ? I'll change the formation afterwards. So Aubameyang's in. Who's in on the right? No. Forget about the right. Who is going to be the number 10 behind Aubameyang? As who's going to be that number 10 behind Aubameyang? I feel like there's only one candidate, really. What do you guys think? Saka as the 10, or sadly to say, Joe Willock is another option. Another option we haven't seen play all season, right? Or what you could do is you could put Ceballos in that spot, and you can play El Neni in the double pivot. What are you guys saying? So Saka, is it Saka? Saka? Ozil, LOL. Yo, we know Ozil's not going to be in this team, man. We already know Ozil's not going to be in this team. So it has to be Saka, realistically. Do you guys agree, though? That's the question. Benderek, Saka on the left, some guys say. Ceballos, Jem, yes, Benderek. Ceballos the only option. Okay, so you're saying Ceballos You're saying Ceballos is the 10. And who's gonna play next to Partey? Who's gonna play next to Partey? If Ceballos is up top, who's gonna play next to Partey? That's my question now. Because if it's Ceballos up top, who's gonna play next to Partey? I think the only way you can do it is you do a 3-man midfield and you put Saka in. You put Saka in the midfield, and it's one of those formations where it's like when we're attacking, Saka can help on the defense, and when we're attacking, he can do the overloads. And it's going to be Saka. It's going to be Saka, Ceballos, Partey, and now on the right we have a debate, and on the left we have a debate. Okay. Emil Smith Rowe. Some guys are saying play Xhaka, and what? So you're saying play Xhaka and Ceballos in the 10. This is what you're saying. Really, guys? Okay. We'll move with this then. We'll move with this, okay? So right now, this is where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we're at right now, okay? Now, on the right, we got ourselves a situation on the right. Who are we going to play on the right? On the right, you can play several players. You can play Reiss Nelson. You can play Willian. You can play Pepe. Out of those options, and at a last resort, if you really need to, you can play Joe Willock there. Now, out of those options, Reiss Nelson and Joe Willock are the least favorable options. They're out of the question, in my opinion. It's going to go down to Pepe or Willian. And at the beginning of this video, we spoke specifically about Pepe and how Pepe is been mismanaged, and Willian has been given all the favorable possession. A lot of you guys are going Pepe, TBG, KG, Samuel. Everybody's saying Pepe. Everybody's saying Pepe. Leonard Jones is saying Pepe. All you guys are going Pepe. Even Chelsea fans himself are saying, oh no, he's saying RIP Pepe. So yeah, so it looks like Pepe is the more favorable choice. And you know what? Pepe did offer us a lot against Sheffield United in that position with Aubameyang up top. So you know what? We're going to go with Pepe in that position today. He's going to play on that right-hand side. Okay? So this is our lineup, guys. Now, I want to know, real talks. Are we going to go Martinelli? Is Martinelli back in this team, guys? Or are we going to be realistic and we're going to go with Saka? Because Saka's not in the team right now. The team right now has Ceballos and Saka. So who's playing on that left? Is it Saka? Or is it a healthy Martinelli? Who are you playing in that position? I want to know. I genuinely want to know, guys. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section, right? Do you guys want to go with Saka? Do you want to go with Martinelli? Or is Willian even on the left an option? So we got some guys here saying Saka. We got some guys saying, of course, they're picking Pepe on the right. And then Gabriel. Some people are saying, for now, Saka. Gabriel goes on the left. Aubameyang up top. TBG says Saka. Has to be Saka. Let's be real here. Martinelli. Mustafi says no. What do you call it? If fit, Martinelli. Bring Gabby back. Bring Gallas back. Oh man, you guys are funny. So it's kind of split. It's kind of split between Saka and Martinelli. But what I'm going to ask you guys is, okay, so as of right now, Martinelli's coming back from injury, so we can't actually pick him. So we're just going to go with Saka for now, okay? So just so we can see what the team actually ends up looking like. And so arguably this is our best 11, guys. This is our best 11. We know our best 11. So this is the best 11 that we can go with. This is the best 11 that we can currently come up with, right? And I want to know, is this the team that you guys like? Do you like this team? Do you think this team is a good enough team to compete, to get us back in the top 4? Do you think this team is good enough to win our next couple games? Because now I'm going to tell you guys what our next couple games are. Our next couple games are tough games, guys. Our next couple games are not easy at all. We have ourselves a tough road after we come back from the After we come back, we're going to be facing a bunch of tough teams. And you know what? I'm a little bit worried. I'm not going to lie to you after our last performance against Aston Villa. But hopefully it can only get better. It can't get any worse, can it? For the next game we play against Leeds United. The next game we play, we're going to be playing Leeds. Right? We're going to be playing Leeds. Leeds currently are, where are they? Leeds currently are 15th. They've conceded 17 goals. They've scored 14 goals. Leeds away. I want to know, is this a win or is this a loss? What's going to happen against Leeds? Because we're going to try to predict our next five games. Okay, so realistically, what's going to happen against Leeds? Is this a win or is this a loss? You tell me. Because if it's a win, that's another 3 points. We're back in the winning phase, and we can move on. But if you guys are predicting a loss, it's going to start getting ugly. Back-to-back losses, and especially if you don't score, that would mean 4 games on the bounce where we haven't scored in open play. It will start to get really ugly. It will start to get really ugly. Leeds been losing. My guy says Leeds been losing for sure. Come back with a win. My guy says draw. We need to play a back 4. I agree, Skills. We have scored. We have to start scoring. I get you. Of course, don't be jealous. Wish you had a club at yours. I think we'll lose. Wow. Bellerin for Ainsley. I agree. Ziyech. Yo, we were twerking for Ziyech before he went to Chelsea. What do you call it? Arsenal Leeds 1-1. Okay, so I want to know, what's your predictions for this game? Because if you guys are predicting we're going to lose these games, I don't know what we can expect for the rest of the season. If you guys are predicting us to lose to Leeds, like, I get Leeds have been performing well, but come on, these guys just came up from the Championship, and you expect us to lose to every single team. Oh man, it's just draining, man. It's just draining. Okay, so predictions for the next 5 games. Predictions. Next 5 games. Let's get it. So what's the predictions for the next 5 games? How many points do you think we can get out of our next 5 games? Okay, I'm going to show you our run, and you tell me what you think about this run. Okay, so our next 5 games is Leeds, Wolves, Tottenham, Burnley, Southampton. Once again, Leeds, 1, Wolves, Tottenham, Burnley, Everton. That's the next 5 games. So Leeds, I would say it's a win, even though it's away from home. We struggle, but we'll find a way to win. Wolves at home. That could go both ways. That could be a draw. That could be a win. It could go both ways. It could get ugly. But hopefully, I'm hopeful we could beat Wolves, right? So I would give us 6 points. Tottenham away. Honestly, man, I can't see us winning that game, but I can never root against us. So I'm going to go for a draw. So that's me giving us 6 points from our next 3 games. We're going to lose eventually. Burnley, we're gonna beat Burnley. So this is me being deluded again. So obviously, I can't even give you guys realistic answers. I just can't pick us to lose. Like, that's just not me. But realistically, if I'm gonna be real, Leeds is gonna be a tough game. I can see us drawing that game. Wolves, I can see us beating them. Tottenham, I can see us drawing that game. So give us 4 points for our next 3 games. Burnley, we beat them. Everton away, we could lose that game. So what is that? I'm giving us 7 points for the next 5 games. That is terrible. We need minimum 9 points from our next 5 games. Minimum 2 losses and 3 wins. But we're not going to get that, are we? 7 points? What do you guys think? 7 points realistic? Okay, so what do we got here? 10 points, 7 points out of 15, 5 to 8 points. Ziyech, Pepe, Aubameyang, Werner, Kante, Pate, Havertz, Ceballos. Why are you comparing Chelsea players to Arsenal players? It's not even comparable. Chelsea have better quality of players than us, and we have to accept that. Chelsea might need to still need to gel, but they have more quality throughout the team than we do. Our midfield is not that good. It's not that good. What do you call it? Jem mocking us. Let Jem do Jem, bro. Big up Jem. What do you call it? The season's already finished. Bro, the season's not finished, man. The season's not finished. The season just began. But the thing is, we lose hope as fans. That's the problem. We lose hope, and we start to see the negative so much that it blinds us from any positives. We can't see any positives. We can't look at the positives because we see so many negatives in front of our faces. It's just sad, man. It's just sad at times, like. Exactly. Listen to you, Iga. Better team than you, man. 8 points. Realistic 8 points out of 15. You talk real. Thanks, bro. Ignore the haters. Thanks, man. What do you call it? Our midfield's poor. We haven't even ranked in the top 10. Wow. Man said we don't even have a top 10 midfield. Wow. Okay, let's do this right now. Whose midfield's better than us? Is Leicester's midfield better than us? Yes or no? Yes or no? Is Leicester's midfield better than us? I want to know, guys, in the comment section. Is Leicester's midfield better than us? I would say they're better creativity. Yes, they have Ndidi, so they have the defensive midfielder that matches Pate. Gotta be real. Leicester have a better midfield than us. Tottenham, they have a better midfield than us because they have more options. Liverpool obviously have a better midfield than us. Southampton have a better midfield than us? Does Southampton have a better midfield than us? Wow. Do Southampton have a better midfield than us? Real talks. Does James Ward-Prowse get into our team? Yo, this is a reality check right here. Oh my God. Southampton have a decent midfield. Chelsea's midfield, obviously. So that's 5. Aston Villa's midfield. So, of course, so that's 5 actually. Everton's midfield, so that's 6. Crystal Palace midfield, ignore them. Wolves midfield. I don't think Wolves midfield is better than ours. Do you guys think Wolves midfield is better than ours? I don't think Wolves have a better midfield than us. I don't think Wolves have a better midfield than us. Do you think Wolves have a better midfield than us? James Ward-Prowse, Armstrong, and Romeo possibly get into our team. Wow. Stu. Wow. Even Wolves. You guys are saying Wolves have a better midfield than us. Okay, who in the Wolves team gets into our midfield besides Ruben Neves, or what's his name? Neves, or what's his name? You know who I'm talking about? The guy who always takes the long shots. Ruben, whatever his name is. Does Wolves have a better midfield than us? Yes, they do. Okay, I'll move on then. So that means 8 teams that have a better midfield than us. I did not include Southampton in a team that has better midfield than us. Man City have a better midfield than us. So that's 9 teams. West Ham have a better midfield than us? I don't agree. Declan Rice might be the only. Do West Ham have a better midfield than us? West Ham. Do you guys think West Ham have a better midfield than Arsenal? West Ham. Mans are saying West Ham have a better midfield than Arsenal. Out here. Really? Nobody's including West Ham in those teams. Winter Surfer didn't include West Ham. Do West Ham have a better midfield than Arsenal? That's what I'm asking you guys right now. Besides Declan Rice, Mark Noble, do they get into the Arsenal team? Oh, yeah. Thomas Skujac. Does he get into the Arsenal team? Wow. Of course not. West Ham don't have a better midfield than us. Thank you. I needed somebody to tell me that. Newcastle. Nah, Newcastle don't have a better midfield than us. Manchester United have a better midfield than us. Leeds. Do Leeds have a better midfield than us? No. Brighton. No. So what is that? That is about 10 teams. 11 teams that have better midfield than us. To Sheffield United, no. Burnley, no. West Brom, no. Brighton, no. Leeds, no. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, we are literally the 11th best midfield in the league. If you guys are putting Southampton ahead of us, that puts us just 11th. But if you're taking Southampton out of there, that makes us if you take Southampton out of there and you take Crystal Palace out of the top 10 and you put in Manchester United, we're exactly 10th. We're the 10th best midfield at that point, if you're actually including Southampton. But I'm not including Southampton. Are you guys saying 11th? Are you guys saying 11th? Yo, that's harsh, bro. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, bro. You know what? You just said it as a blanket statement. I don't think you generally actually looked at each team, but this is actually embarrassing. 100% Rice would. Are you guys saying West Ham has a better midfield than us? Wow, you guys are actually saying West Ham has a better midfield than Arsenal. This is actually such a bad reality check. Like, this is how bad this is. Yo, banter aside, United 11 man. Thanks, man. NA's my guy. What do you call it? I'm just facing the reality of the fact that you guys are saying that we're the 11th best midfield. I literally looked through the teams and I can't dispute it. Oh man. You could probably name one midfielder on every single team that gets into our team, right? Like, each team has a midfielder that definitely gets into our team. Like Leicester, you could pick 3 midfielders that would get into our team. Ndidi, Tielemans, and Maddison all get into our team. Spurs, Ndombele, Sissoko, what do you call it? The attacking midfielder they bought. Liverpool, just forget about it. Southampton, James Ward-Prowse. Chelsea, forget about it. You can name their whole team. Aston Villa, we already seen them. Grealish, Ross Barkley, John McGinn, Douglas Luiz. Everton, James Rodriguez, Allen, Decore, even what do you call it, man? Like the guy who came from Barcelona who got his ankle broken last season, he would even get in. Wolves have the Donka and what's his name? Ruben Neves. Man City, forget about it. Their whole team gets into our midfield. What do you call it? Then Manchester United, forget about it. The whole team gets into our midfield. West Ham, oh my God. Like, you guys are making me face harsh reality right now. Is this how bad it is? I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked. Like, how do we expect to... Yeah, I'm done. I can't do this. This is just ridiculous. Are you guys serious? Oh my God. Oh my God. This is gonna be... And the midfield is where... The midfield battle is where everything's won. Oh my God. Jem is just laughing. Winter Surfer saying this is an intervention. West Ham don't have a better midfield than us. I'm not saying they have a better midfield than us. I'm saying they have midfielders that would get into our team. If you can name 2 or 3 midfielders that can get into your team, that is competing. Like, oh my God, this is not even fun. Like, yo, okay. I'm not going to join you, Sahal. I'm not going to join you. Sahal is saying, join me. I'm not joining you. I still think we can do something with this team because we have enough in the defensive end and the attacking end. We have the core of a good team, but it's just harsh reality sometimes we have to face that the rest of the team is not up to scratch. It's just not up to scratch. It's just not up to scratch. And you know what? I'm going to back the team no matter what. I'm still going to puff my chest out when we win. I'm still going to be disappointed when we lose. But I'm no longer going to get myself too emotionally invested in the team, in the sense like when we lose, I understand and I'll move past it. When we win, I'm gonna get excited, but I'm not gonna go crazy, because you know what? Days like today, you get a harsh reality check. Losing to Aston Villa 3-0, losing to Leicester 1-0 at home with no Jamie Vardy at halftime. Guys, what are we gonna do to improve? How are we gonna improve? How are we gonna move forward? These are the questions we have to ask ourselves. And you know what? Is it that Mikel Arteta is the problem? Is it that it's the players? Or is it still the board, the owner? What is it? Because at the end of the day, until we get better players, we cannot expect a challenge for the league. But the least we can do as a club is expect to have Champions League football minimum. And until we get back into Champions League football, forget about signing the likes of Husamarwa. Because man, if the man is saying he didn't want to come to us last summer, what makes you think he's going to want to come to us in January? Really, what makes you think he's going to want to come to us in January? We all are Arsenal fans. We love the club, but what makes you think he's going to want to come to us in January? It's actually so sad. Like, I'm always positive. I'm always telling you guys the honest truth. But right now, it just hurts, man. It just hurts. And I thought I was going to come out here, I was going to talk about Nicolas Pepe, but it just turned into this whole other thing that I didn't expect it to turn into. And I'm just sitting here right now, and I just went quiet because I have nothing to say. Like, how are we going to get Champions League football when we're the 11th in out of the ranks? When you think about midfield quality, you can name all these other teams that have maybe not as bad as us, but even or a thing. Oh man, it's just a harsh reality sometimes when it comes to football, man. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream now, man. I'm gonna tell you guys, big up to every single one of you guys watching. Big up to my boy Liban all the way in Australia. I see you in the comment section, my guy. Salute to you. Big up to Jem, Mustafa, Samuel, Boss 2003, Boss 2003, Indiana, everybody who's come through, TBG. What do you call it? All the people watching on Facebook, all the people watching on Gunner Social and Arsenal Inside Out. This has been the Arsenal Inside Out podcast. Big up to you guys. And you know what? We're out of here, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? Today, sometimes you just got to face the harsh realities and move forward. And you know what? Nicolas Pepe, get your head up. And it took some balls calling out Arteta. And I'm proud that he did that. And I hope that this gives Arteta the kick up the ass to play him. And hopefully he can give us more performances like he did against Sheffield United. And you know what? We need to get back up that table. It's going to be a tough, and it's going to be a tough season. I'm going to be here with you guys throughout the season. If you guys rocking with me, don't forget, subscribe, like, hit that share button, do all that stuff for me. You know what it is. And you know what? I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be going to sleep. I got work in the morning. But yeah, peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your night. And everybody, have yourselves a great evening wherever you are watching this. If you're watching the playback, tell me what you think in the comment section. If you're currently watching after the video is over, drop a comment in there. Hit that like button. Just tell me what you think. And you know what? Good night, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed. This 1 hour or two of your time. And if you're enjoying this, hopefully you've subscribed. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, everybody? I need you guys to go check out my channel and subscribe if you're new. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that button, and hit that notification bell while you're at it, ladies and gentlemen. EGTV, you already know. And if you're on your phone, it's even easier.